Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the three main cases in which every one will be considering, right? So whenever you write an algorithm, you'll be checking the best case, worst case and the average case. So these are the three cases which we will be considering for any algorithm which you or anyone writes. Okay. So basically the first thing that you should know is what is meaning of these each terms. Okay. So first let us go through worst case. So worst case, so everyone knows that what is meant by worst case in analysis. So basically when an algorithm is running, if it takes n steps for every value, okay, but for some values it will be taking n into n times, n steps. So I told you, right, it is nothing but the frequency count which we will be using in time complexity. Okay, so assume that an algorithm takes n times in the best possible scenarios, and it takes a long time, that is nothing but n square in worst situations, and it takes normal times, the average will be 2n. Assume in that way. So 2n will not be considered, guys, sorry for that. So assume that the best case is log n, best case, average case and the worst case. So these are the three cases which I have wrote. So just for explanation I have just wrote them. That's just an example. Okay, so worst case is nothing but the longest time it will take, guys, for a particular input. So what is the worst case of the algorithm? So it should take at max this time for whatever you input you give. It should not cross that n square complexity or n square time of that particular algorithm. Okay, so once we are going to the definition, it will be more clear, I think so. Okay, so in worst case analysis, we calculate the upper bound. So upper bound is nothing but the maximum time taken on running time of an algorithm. We must know the case that causes the maximum number of operations to be executed. That is nothing but the worst case. You can simply say that it is maximum time. Okay, so if you take a small example, I hope everyone knows the quicksort, right? Okay, so we'll be discussing about quicksort in detail, don't worry about that. So I hope everyone have at least an idea about quicksort. What is it? Is a sorting algorithm. So it sorts elements. Okay, so quicksort takes maximum time on sorting input array, on sorting a sorted input array. So basically if you give 1 2 3 4 and if you ask quicksort to sort it, it will take n square time, the most time it will be taking in that case of situation. So basically sorting algorithms are designed for sorting elements but not to sort the sorted elements, right? So that is the reason why it will be checking everything and it will be making the same list again by wasting some time. So this is a worst case in case of a quicksort. So the longest time, remember, worst means maximum time, that's it. Best case, now once you identify worst case is maximum time, best case is minimum time, that's it. So in the best case analysis, we calculate the lower bound. So this is nothing but the least time taken. So previously this is the worst case and this is the least case, that is best case. Lower bound, running time of an algorithm. We must know the case that causes the minimum number of operations to be executed. So basically quicksort, we learned about quicksort, right? There it took n square time when we gave a sorted array. Basically when you give a normal array which need to be sorted, it will take big of n log n time. Okay, so even though it is a bit lengthy, a bit long time, but it will be doing in that time. Okay, so average case. So basically average case is nothing but in between both of them. So basically if both of those are there like that, it will be in between them. So it is nothing but the average case of those both, you can say simply. So in average case analysis, we take all possible inputs and calculate by calculating the time for all the inputs. So you'll be taking all the inputs and calculate the computation time. So how much time it is taking for this input, it is taking this much time. For this input it took this much time. So let us assume if 2 inputs it took 1, for 4 inputs it took 2, for 6 inputs it took 3, in this way. So then you will be doing the average of that result to get the average case time. So I hope everyone got a clear idea. So this is just an introduction to the terms best, average and worst. So in the next lecture we'll be going through asymptotic notations that are nothing but order notations. In that we will be discussing the original formulas or the original representation of big O, omega and theta. So let us meet in the next tutorial. Thank you. Thanks for watching.